Hello, welcome to another weekly update. I hope you're doing well. Enterprise Connect was last week, so we had a whole belt of news around Microsoft Teams and sort of related tech. We'll cover some of those things. I kind of don't want to do a whole blow by blow because other people are doing that. I want to focus on what's important for developers, but there was one kind of at least one big thing, maybe two things that came out of Enterprise Connect. So I do want to talk about those. A big thing that was announced at Enterprise Connect was the general availability of click to call for Microsoft Teams phone. We talked about this a bit before. This is the ability to put something on a web page, just a kind of like a JavaScript drop-in that provides an ability to use WebRTC and Azure Communication Services bits to place a call directly to either a Microsoft Teams user, I think, but definitely to a call queue or an auto attendant, which is, I think, is its intended purpose. It's meant to be, I'm a customer and I want to talk to your company. That gets through in the same way that calling into a call queue or an auto attendant would do. So that's kind of interesting. Tangentially related, the Queues app was announced as well, which gives agents supervisors, I suppose, of agents more visibility over what's happening with those call queues. So the Queues app is something that gets built into Teams. Not going to talk about that loads because there isn't a lot sort of to do with dev side. I do want to talk about the click to call thing a little bit. There's a couple of good websites to go through. The first blog post I want to show you is this one, which is the announcement from the Azure Communication Services team. This is really good to see, by the way. Actually, before I talk about the blog, I do want to say something really important. It is really good to see the Microsoft Teams team and the Azure Communication Services team working together on this. This is mentioned, the click-to-call stuff is mentioned on the Teams blog of the announcements from Enterprise Connect, but kind of only a little bit in passing. That's why I'm focusing on the Azure Communication Services blog, because it goes into more detail, because it's more aimed at developers. But in general terms, using Azure Communication Services like this to feed a Microsoft Teams call queue, great idea. It's a good example of kind of joined up Microsoft thinking. Okay, so so there's a nice screenshot here of what this looks like. One interesting thing here, this is video as well as audio. So big one there just to think about. You can put this click to call to get through to a call queue. Also looks like there's video support here as well. We're going to have to play with this to figure out exactly how it works because it's kind of just coming out. It's now generally available. There is a blog post talking about this, talking about how you can use this. This is a really nice blog post, actually. Well, this page, this docs page, has a link to a nice GitHub project. That's what I meant to say. So these two things in combination. Go read the blog post, this one, then come over here to the Getting Started guide and try it out for yourself. There's a nice sample you can use. So this is very cool. And it also supports video as well. And it's got some nice sort of default built-in things here around sort of consenting data and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, it's your code, so you can change it. But yeah, this gives you at least somewhere to start if you want to try this thing out. If you already use Microsoft Teams calling queues or auto attendant, I definitely think this is worth seeing about adding to your website. If you don't, then maybe this pushes you over the edge to getting on with that stuff and getting it installed and used. And in addition, I think the Queues app, as it comes in, will kind of help that as well, because it will help kind of round out the picture for looking after those call queues as well. So all in all, that's quite an exciting package, I think. Lots of other things came out of Enterprise Connect. Like I say, kind of don't really want to cover them on this call, but those, I think, were the ones that really will light up new development capabilities, and so I think they're the interesting ones. Okay, other news. This is cool. So there's some new stuff for bot-powered adaptive card extensions. Specifically, if you've already built ACES, adaptive card extensions, they came out, released earlier this year, and you can put them into your Viva Connections dashboard. The big change now is that you're going to be able to bundle them into a Teams app package, into the manifest of a Teams app, so that they automatically kind of get deployed alongside your application and then will automatically show up in the Viva Connections dashboard without users having to do anything else. That's really nice. I think if you've got a solution that already has some other parts to it, like a bot or a messaging extension to deliver that functionality, and you're adding adaptive card extensions in to give users another way to quickly see what that application is doing, or the data it's processing, or whatever else it is, this is a really nice way of doing it. You can see in this blog post by Vesa Juvonen, you can see down here in the manifest, there's a new section for dashboard cards, which sort of shows you where to put the, what the card is. You can have multiple cards in here as well. So this is cool. This is nice, very nice. This is coming really soon. So it's coming basically. In order for this to work, you need to have the latest version of the Teams manifest, which is 1.17 or 1.17. That is currently in dev preview. It's expected to get released this month. So look out for that. That will also be true for apps that get published to the store as well. So as soon as it gets released, as 1.17 gets released, it will also be available to publish to the store, which means that you'll be able to add your adaptive card extensions to your manifest, get them up to the store, and then users will be able to use them. I think that's really cool. So yeah, this is a really nice thing for bringing adaptive card extensions into like an overall solution. Okay, next thing. See, I told you there was a lot. So there's a new version of the WebRTC. So we spoke last week about the WebRTC and how it's got some cool stuff in it around handling Teams admin center notifications for big enterprises. That's all wrapped up in the latest version of 0.16 or 0.16, which has some other stuff in it as well. The only thing, there's a few things I want to call out. So I'm going to skip over the simulation of Teams admin center notifications because we talked about it last week. But I am going to talk about very briefly, guidance for your connectors that you write for Copilot for Microsoft 365, which is very nice. Just some advisories there, warnings or failures if you're building those connectors. And then also, which I think is really nice, simulated webhooks. This is really cool. So I use webhooks quite a lot for Microsoft 365. They're a bit of a pain to use. They're a bit of a pain to generate test data for. And signals, because you have to go and do something, and especially if that thing is a complicated thing. Imagine you've got a webhook to process like an update to a message or something, or undeleting a previously deleted message. There's quite a lot of steps you have to go through just in order to get that webhook to fire. This looks really nice. It's a way of mocking webhooks in the WebRTC. So I'm excited to jump into this, and this will probably be a video if I can pull it together. I'm going to try and do more videos this summer. That's going to be my thing. I hope it works. Like more videos, not like this sort of video, but like sitting at a computer doing things. I've got a really cool one of those. It's half an hour long. It's coming out tomorrow. I didn't quite get it out before the long weekend to talk about it on this week, but I'm definitely going to be talking about it on next week, and look out for it. It's coming soon, and it's all Copilot-y. So anyway, this webhooks thing looks amazing, so I can't wait to jump into that and try it out, because I think it's going to be a real time saver actually for me. And lastly, there's been a bit of an update to the documentation surrounding doing deep links into Microsoft Teams, specifically the protocol handlers in deep links. This confuses people quite a lot, I know, because you asked me questions about it, and I can often give confused answers as well because it is confusing. This page has existed for a while, but it's just been updated actually with clearer guidance to make it hopefully easier. So this whole page is good. It's got lots of examples of doing deep linking. And then down here, there's some really good detail about the protocols, whether you should use HTTPS, whether you should use MS Teams, what the differences are, things to worry about, things to, such as this caution, things to think about. So it's nice to see that's been cleared up. There's also been some kind of updates to some of the wording and stuff around here just to make it clearer. So yes, this is very nice. This is a thing that definitely kind of confuses people a lot, I think. So it's good to see that the documentation here has been tidied up. I'm going to try and keep under 10 minutes. So I'm going to wish you a great week ahead, whatever it is you're doing, and I'll speak to you again next time.